Samsung recently unveiled a new lineup of home electronic gadgets and appliances for 2022. In the lineup, the main standard devices, at least for me, are the new TVs. The new TVs include new QLED 8K, new QLED 4K, QLED Crystal HD, Smart HD, Full HD and HD ready TVs. The highlight of the event was the unveiling of the 2022 Neo QLED 8K, which is powered by a neural quantum processor 8K and boasts of having up to 20 independent neural AI networks, which each analyze the content's characteristics and picture quality for optimal viewing regardless of the source. The new TV comes in 55, 65, 75 and 85-inch options. We sat down with Samsung's head of consumer electronic division, Mr. Odhiambo, to discuss the new devices and Samsung's current and future plans for the market. Moderating the event was digital creator Just Ivy. Listen in or watch the full video on YouTube.
I want to start with Sam. Sam, how is business, especially with the current economy? You guys know the economy has been a bit hard on us, yeah? They'll use this one, yeah? The economy has been a bit hard on us. Sam, just tell us how business is. Let's just start with a check-in. You know, you might be here for a panel session and you're suffering. There are no sales. How is business, Sam? Tell me.
Thank you, Ivy. Thank you, everyone, for making time for this. I know we are living in difficult times, largely or not fully yet out of the pandemic. But I think I must say at Samsung, we are glad that we are trying our best to offer our customers real value for money. So despite the challenging times, I know each and every customer out there is very conscious about the decision they need to make in terms of getting a product that will not require them to spend in the short run. So because we offer quality, we are confident our product may not need another attention after purchase. We are seeing them really going for that value for money.
I love that. Yeah. So more with Samsung, we are offering more value.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe I can direct it back to Dickson because you also have an eye from the outside. Can you tell me what consumer trends you've noticed in terms of purchasing, especially TV and home appliances, based on what it is that you report?
I don't think these are consumer trends per se, but I will say there's a big interest in larger screen TVs. Everyone is sort of looking to upgrade from a 32-inch or a 43-inch to a 55 or a 50-inch. So that's a trend I'm seeing, and I'm excited to see new devices from Samsung today.
I love that. Dickson, do you have anything to add to that? Nixon, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, sure. I think one of the things also we've seen is actually when it comes to the displays, I think consumers are looking to buy, 4K TVs and above, and I think that's why we are here to see really what Samsung really has to offer, for this launch.
So basically, we are right on the money. Samsung, the research they did is right on the money in terms of unveiling these TVs today.
Yes.
Do you guys know Samsung, one of the biggest TVs years back was a 30-inch TV, and it was created by Samsung. And that year, Samsung sold around, I think, 1 million TVs around in the 70s. Very, very beautiful. Back to let me go back to Nixon, yeah? Nixon, I think you've engaged and interacted with some of the TVs here. So based on what it is that you know consumers are looking to buy and what it is that you personally like, what was your favorite?
My favorite has to be this one, the Neo QLED 8K, because I'm a huge fan of huge displays, so that really interests me. So I think it was one of my favorite that I've seen here. That if I had the money, actually work with it right now.
If you had the money, yes, 1.2 million. Yeah. Work hard. The world is watching. Dickson, what about yourself?
Nicely.
What about you? Which maybe not your favorite, but which one intrigued you most, and which one do you think maybe Kenyans are ready for? Yeah.
I think based on price, the Crystal lineup is what most Kenyans will be looking forward to getting. Yeah.
The Crystal lineup as opposed to the QLED. Why
the
is that?
QLED is really good to look at, but 1.2 million.
But that's just the 85-inch, yeah?
Yes.
So are you trying to say that Kenyans hawana pesa? What are you trying to say about my audience here? Are you saying...
Wenye wako na pesa watutumie.
Watutumie hiyo. I love it. All right, Sam. Let's talk about particular differences between the 2021 and the 2022 models. This is not like a mobile phone where you can just upgrade at any time. Even the amount of time that it takes to make the purchase decision to upgrade your TV and spend 300K and above or 200K and above, what exactly am I looking for in terms of the difference between 2021 and 2022 models of the Neo QLED?
Okay, so I think for consumer electronics as a whole, Samsung tries as much as possible to make advancements every other year. And as you must have had, to stay at the top for 16 years obviously means that you are not basically giving the same product every other year. So continually Samsung is in the business of listening out to what the customer is looking for and trying to make improvements on that. So across board, from the visual display to the home appliances category, there are annual improvements that we make. So the artificial intelligence bit that we improved on from the washing machine, for example, is a key ingredient to what Samsung is trying to do to achieve convergence, not just with the actual unit that customer buys, but the ability of that unit to communicate with other devices. So the AI, the smart things improvement on the home appliances category is one other feature that we are very proud of at Samsung, to let our customers and audience know that this is available and is made with particular attention to what interests them and what the times are. On the cooling category, refrigerator, Eric David again talked heavily about this. We are making gradual improvements. So bespoke is essentially designed to fit your needs. So your color themes for your kitchen, for example, is a bit that we are really proud of. We are going ahead to make those color variations in many options available. So we are talking about 8 to 10 different panel colors. So we are hard at work locally to ensure that our customer in Kenya, in the region, is able to access such facilities and features for a new refrigerator category for 2022 lineup. Of course, on the TV, I think we are continually working hard to improve the color. We are continually working hard to improve the design. These are key features. So for the premium Neo QLED 8K, the infinity screen is something that we are really proud of. We want the viewer to actually watch the content, right? You should not really be mindful about what is happening in the background. That's why Samsung is really doing as much as possible away with the bezel, so that we stick to the screen. And that's where the infinity screen comes from. Of course, there are improvements around technology, the eco-friendliness. The world is going green. This is really key. And the background to this is why we have the solar cell remote, so that you really don't have to, we are doing our part. And Samsung has done this for close to 3 decades now, to ensure that our products are eco-friendly and mindful of the environment, in addition to really what the user intends to benefit from. So technology design is really key for us. And I think on the color quality, the color picture, you must have heard of the Pantone accreditation. So the Pantone basically is the global authority on colors. So Samsung is the first certified TV to actually go through that. So it obviously communicates to the fact that in 2022, we are ensuring that what the producer intends for the picture or for the video is what you end up watching on the Samsung TV. And that is really the reasoning behind our QLED 8K lineup, and of course even the Crystal UHD lineup category. So these are just some of the areas that we are trying to make improvements going into this year. Of course, lastly is to ensure that the range is there. We are concerned and mindful of the fact that not everybody will have the same spending power. So we are providing the entire range, right from 32-inch all the way to 85-inch, even beyond, based on individual discussions. If you think the 85 we have is too small for you, we can always discuss that locally with our partners to provide it.
The trend currently in Kenya is credit. There's a lot of credit facilities that are available. We've seen that with mobile. How about consumer electronics? If Nixon here is keen to buy the 1.4 MTV, are there credit facilities available? Have you guys partnered with anybody to allow someone to lipa pole pole per se to be able to afford these products?
Yes, correct. So, of course, our local operation here, Samsung, does not allow us to sell directly to the individual consumers. But our partners, Samsutech, of course, are the lead, along with our other channel partners, have engaged with credit facilities. We are all aware of the Lipa Later, Lipa Pole Pole schemes that are largely available within our channel structures. So these options are, yes, available to our consumers. You walk to any of our authorized retail networks across the country, the customer should be able to find a flexible way to negotiate for the top-end TV or home appliance product that they're interested in, and pay gradually so that they eventually actually take ownership of that product. So this is yes, this is available.
Okay, I want to go back to something that you said, and I want Nixon to answer this. You said we're going green. Is Africa there yet? Is Kenya there yet? Is that a problem that you think Samsung addressing is it timely?
Yeah, it's not a tiny problem. It's actually a very big problem that actually Africa has been facing, from, and not just even for TVs. We've seen even, some companies, unveiling phones with eco-friendly cases and all that. So it's a big problem that needs to be addressed. And that's why, I like the Samsung actually going that way as well with their TVs to ensure as much as, we are, producing good products, good TVs, with amazing features, again, are we going to protect the environment, because, again, the consumer looks at so many things. There are consumers who actually buy a product based on that eco-friendly feature, So it's quite interesting to see actually Samsung going that way as well with this new lineup.
Yeah. I like that. Okay, good. I agree. Because sometimes, we solve problems in the boardroom and we don't know what's happening on ground. But as we've said, everywhere screens for all means Samsung has listened to the consumer globally and is bringing this back home to Africa. Dickson, let's talk about connectivity. I like how you mentioned the Crystal UHD TV. I think you're very in tune with the Watus. We're not here to seem above some certain people. Connectivity, how important is it for people buying TVs to have a connection? And if not, do you think Samsung is able to provide proper entertainment for people without connectivity? And how is connectivity in Kenya currently?
For example, right now, if I switch on any TV and I want to watch a local channel, most of the local channels will be broadcasting in 480 maximum. And that's a 4K TV, that's an 8K TV. Samsung is talking about upscaling content, so that's a good thing. I haven't tested that out personally, but that sounds like a good thing, so that my SD content can be watched in 4K, can be watched in Ultra 8K is Ultra HD, or 4K is Ultra HD, So the upscaling bit is good, but most entertainment right now is online. If I'm getting a TV for 8K or 4K, my internet speeds needs to be able to stream 4K content. They need the internet speeds need to be able to stream 8K. Otherwise, why would I get an 8K TV if I can't stream in 8K? So I personally want to see. That's not on Samsung, to be honest. That's on telcos, that's on internet providers. But I will want to know what Samsung is doing to ensure we achieve such a possibility where I connect my TV, go on a streaming platform, and I can watch the best of quality. What of people living in remote areas, not necessarily remote, they're just places where you don't have the fixed home connectivity. So what of such people? The upscaling bit is good, but what of someone who doesn't have fast connection? How do you best use your TV, its full quality and full capabilities without the internet part? Yeah,
that's a beautiful question. You had something else to say?
On the eco-friendliness,
sure.
On the eco-friendliness, I also want to hear a little more. Is it the material that has been used? Is it in terms of power consumption that the TV is more eco-friendly? Yeah.
I think you've come to the right place. Sam, please answer his very beautiful questions. What is Samsung doing on those accounts?
Okay, so I think maybe I'll start with the eco-friendly part. So as early as I think 92, that's like about 30 years ago, Samsung signed off to the green idea of actually ensuring that the environment is protected. And to demonstrate this over the years, Samsung has continued to make available products that are friendlier to the environment. Locally, I will tell you, as the Kenya office, not long ago during the World Environmental Day, Samsung partnered with UNEP to actually drive this message home. So we were at Mutaiga Golf Club, and basically the theme around the day was to ensure that environment is protected. We don't have any other place we are headed to. This is our only earth. The truth of the matter is, at Samsung, to support the green philosophy, our packaging is basically towards this. The product packaging, it may look like just your usual box, but if it's some material that is eventually going to be just disposed and end up harming our environment, then it doesn't work right. So Samsung is doing something on that. On the actual product, just an example of the TV. We've talked about it, the solar cell remote technology. So the usual dry cell batteries are quite harmful really to the environment. So Samsung has made improvements of that. We are doing away with it. It will also interest you to know that globally and in Kenya as well, we've partnered with companies that are specialized in disposing used electronic devices. So through our service department in Kenya, there is a company called WEEE that actually does this work. So if, for example, you bring in a product to our service center, which cannot be repaired for one reason or the other, it's outlived its usefulness, or we still encourage, if you are home and you think you have a technology or an item that is really no longer useful, you want to replace it, we recommend that you bring it to us, to our service centers. We'll take it up and dispose it in the right way possible, because we have licensed people to actually take care of this. This is not just Kenya, but also across the region. So we are definitely doing the much we can to ensure we protect our environment. Our research and development teams back in headquarters are very cognizant of this, and the design of our products is basically to ensure that we use as less energy as possible, and that also informs the bit of our lifestyle products. So the frame TV, for example, if not in use, of course it will power off, but then we'll leave you with the art mode so that you're able to enjoy up to 1,400 photos that we have available in our gallery there. That's a good thing. But then the power consumption, while at that level of use, is down up to 30%. Our home appliances product, our air conditioning products that are not here, our TV, are continually evolving to ensure that we manage the power consumption, which is a critical part to protecting our environment. So that is key for us. The other bit on the content, which I heard, I think is rightly put, there is a concern definitely that, for example, you'll get an 8K and you won't have the right content really to enjoy that level of screen. I will tell you this, for the last 16 years that Samsung has topped the TV industry, we've set trends. So we don't just go for technology that may not stand a chance really going into the future. So if you look backward, right from standard definition to high definition TV, that gradual progress to full high definition to UHD, and now to where we are, is actually Samsung leading the way. So the future is basically where I think our teams really emphasize in picking up. Okay, we know what is coming up. Nobody knew that 4K technology, for example, will be that widely available when Samsung went ahead and launched those products. So at the moment, the 8K TV is still, to be honest with you, still really overcoming the challenges around content, but there is rapid progress going on that. So I won't really tell any of our customers to shy away from picking this unit, because there are collaborations that Samsung at a global level is doing with content creators, with movie houses, all right, to provide this content available. You must have realized recently, a lot of the major sporting events are really making good attempts at broadcasting in 8K, starting with the Olympics that were held, the last Olympics in Tokyo, all right? There was a lot of 8K broadcasting that went on there. There's of course the World Cup coming up in Qatar later in the year.
Yeah.
I'm sure you must have heard, there's a lot of talk in terms of 8K content being made available. So that essentially tells you that we are ready for the future. So you'll have your 8K TV today. It will do what it needs to do technologically to ensure that the AI upscaling works to give you something relevant to that level of picture quality. But then it is also something that is ready for what is coming up in a future that is not really far from here. And considering that a TV's lifespan is not probably a year or two, right? This is an item that you'll have for in excess of 5 years. The truth of the matter is that before you know it, then the content will be largely available even to the level of local and international usual broadcasting. Yeah. So I'll really encourage the customers to go for it.
Yeah. Dickson, have your questions been answered?
Yeah, I believe you've answered even the follow-up that I wanted to, which I'll still ask anyway.
Yeah.
It's on support. You say how many years support, for example, in terms of software? Yeah.
So there is a technology again that Samsung only could do. Should be about 3-4 years old from now. We called it Evolution Kit. So you'll pick your TV, but then in case of software upgrade, then you simply buy that gadget. You don't do anything to the hardware part, but then the software is upgraded to the latest technology. We no longer have that, but then we have in our smart TVs. If you check from the settings menu part, down on the contact, there is a bit of something similar to what we have in our mobile phone. So there is the software upgrade that we do remotely. So this, to a great extent, really tries to bring your TV up to date with some of the latest technologies and developments that we have. So you really don't have to worry about things moving so fast and leaving you with a hardware that is not in any way useful. So we have an online support system that allows us to do the software upgrade for your TV, something similar to what we're doing with our current Android smartphone, the S series, and basically the entire range of our smartphones as well. So we have that available for our TVs too, right?
You have something to add?
Maybe also this would be a good time for some to talk about the warranty. I mean, if I'm spending, for example, 1.something million shillings on this, this TV, how many months am I covered?
I think here we have a sale. No, where are the Samsung Tech guys? Here we have a sale. This guy's going to go with the TV.
Yeah, this guy must speak a unit today, I think. So we at Samsung, I think, pride ourselves in the level of quality that we offer to our customers. Our return rate probably is the lowest in the market. But then for the cases where we have a service or technical issue to attend to, we are very, very much ready to do that. So you have a capable team of service partners spread across major towns in the country to support in case of any eventuality. But then, as I think one of my colleagues also mentioned, if you're buying a premium product, then we are going one step further to offer the signature service, right? So we'll deliver it to you, we will install it for you, and probably set it up for you, okay? But then, in terms of warranty, our warranty terms range between 1 to 10 years. So 1 year for the entry and step up, that's 12 months. But then for the QLEDs, which I know you are picking, we're offering you 2 years, okay? But if you're thinking the digital appliances product, so which is basically the refrigerator and the washing machine, and also on the RAC, we have basically the engine of that equipment. We call it the compressor. Samsung offers 10 years warranty on that. So that alone really communicates the level of confidence that we have in the quality of the product that we are offering to you. So I don't think there should really be cause for alarm. So takeaway in not so many words, 12 months, 24 months, and 10 years for the compressor for the digital appliances product.
I mean, everyone knows here that we are in the fourth industrial revolution. How is that going to affect consumer electronics?
So for the longest, the mobile phones didn't attract those taxes that were recently levied by the government. However, for the consumer electronics, we've always had them. We are paying duties as should be, other than from markets where Kenya is part of the trading bloc. We don't pay duties there. But basically, the whole array of taxes that the government charges on other products is actually applicable to consumer electronics from way back. So these recent changes have not affected CE products. However, for the mobile products, there is an impact on that. The bit that I think I will wish to emphasize is that this is not for Samsung only. These are taxes that are going to apply across board to all the other players in the industry. So, of course, the impact is prices are likely to go up, and they will go up. But then, while they go up, then your question is how that sits with the convergence with the consumer electronics product. I would say that there are elements of our product features that really, taxes going up on one part of you is in no way, my view, really going to affect you trying your best to really keep up with that price and allow for you to enjoy the use that you desire, right? Is more or less like saying that I had, if you happen to cook, you have that slight cut on your finger in the kitchen, then you say, because of this, I'm probably not going to shower until it heals, right? It won't work that way. You'll definitely find a way to go around it. So taxes going up on mobile phones, of course, is basically going to mean that consumers will spend slightly more to be able to get the mobile phone. But eventually, I believe they'll still desire to enjoy the convergence that they should receive along with the consumer electronics products. And here we are talking about smart things, the smart home capabilities that the Samsung range of products offer on this.
I love it. Good job. Guys, a round of applause to our panelists. I think they have done very, very well. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. What would you like everybody leaving this session to remember? We can start with you, Bona Nixon.
For me, it's for you to remember that actually Samsung really doing a great job with their TVs. One thing I'll want, even if you go to the shop, try checking out the sound. Especially there's something sometimes called the object tracking that I really love on the TVs. So you're able to follow, when the person is talking on TV. So just check the TVs, check the specs, try. I saw a PS here. You can play a game or something. But that's one thing to remember is that the TV, if you have some 1 point how many million to spend, maybe consider buying one.
There are TVs that are worth 100 and something K. Like the frame right there was worth 280 Gs. Let's not linger on the million, Bob. Although it's good to encourage people to work hard and be able to afford. Sam, what would you want us to remember from this session today?
So I think my message will be Samsung cares for everybody. It doesn't matter how deep the pocket is. And right where we are, to my right, we are at our showroom that has the entire range of those product offerings. So I will really encourage everybody to not just believe what we said, but just pass in there, have a look, actually buy. If you can't today, come back tomorrow or by weekend and pick an item that suits you so that you enjoy all our offerings on the home appliances categories and also on the visual display category, which has our TVs. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Dickson, your parting shot, please.
What I like about technology and why I write about technology is that such good improvements in everything always trickle down. So whenever there's something big, something new, give it a couple of years and there'll be competition, there'll be new advances that will make it affordable. And I'm looking forward to a time when everyone will be enjoying an 8K TV at home. 1.2 million still quite on the high side, but over time we're going to see all this trickle down to affordability and to making everyone enjoy technology as it should be.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Visionary. A round of applause to our panelists. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for this event.